Good evening, my friends. This is VJ Franz K. Happy American Thanksgiving Day. And I'm doing a quick unboxing of the Zoom LIVETRAK L6, the centerpiece of your creative hub for music streaming and beyond. So what is it? It's a portable mixer, and you can tell that it has been designed to fit with this recent generation of smaller, more compact synthesizers, drum machines, groove boxes are, well, that's what we're thinking of doing with it. Other people would use it to mix their indie rock or punk, hip-hop, whatever. It's very portable. That's the idea. And I think it is sort of a new high in terms of portability for small features. Previously, we have featured this, which is an example of a small battery-powered mixer. But in this case, it's even smaller. It's battery-powered, and yet, you notice, they include full-size quarter-inch connections on the top, as well as XLRs for the microphones. Those are good to have. A lot of mobile devices just have the quarter-inch inputs, but it's better for microphones to have XLRs. So here we go. It's got these knobs. My first opinion of the knobs is they move very easily. Let's see, are they endless encoders? They are endless encoders, so they're digital, and I guess it reads the value of you turning it, and then inputs that. Let's see where, oh, the on button is right here. The power doesn't come with batteries installed, I guess. That's okay. And of course, the discussion is on the back here that we have replaceable AA batteries. So now a lot of these small devices, and we'll do a size comparison here, since I've got the Volca right here to compare it to. You can see here it is in terms of size. They're very similar in size, so yeah, they are going along with this trend of smaller, more portable synthesizers as the technology allows us to do it. I'm all for that. Now here is a size comparison between this Roland E4. This is the size of all the mini IRA things, so it fits very well. The interesting thing, of course, is that this is upward angled. You can see it goes like that, whereas most of these devices are just a rectangle from the side. So that is a little different. Interesting design choice there. And here is where the micro SD card goes in the side. And that is a very interesting part of this too, because it's not just a mixer. It is a portable recorder featuring 32-bit float recording, which is particularly nice if you are recording something with a lot of subtlety in it, like your microphone vocals or an analog synthesizer or acoustic guitar, things like that, where really when it's not digital, you need to get the maximum fidelity in that recording, the complexity, so then you can adjust it with your compression and other sound processing after that point. Speaking of effects, they include effects here. So there's a tap tempo. I always like that, being able to do an echo with the timing of my song. So good. And they have the aux send here. So that will be interesting. I'll try attaching it, for example, using my E4 voice effects and perhaps something else like a chaos pad or something. Another size comparison here is the classic Chaosilator. So comparable in terms of device size. Once again, here's a comparison to my previous, I guess now we'd call it a semi-portable mixer, even though this one does run on battery power. But it's just much heavier with this metal construction, whereas you can feel that this has some quality parts in it. It's got weight to it, but the casing is plastic. That does save a bit on the weight. I've got to say these knobs are going to be okay, but they feel weak and they feel cheap. So I guess we'd better be careful adjusting these knobs, because I think they could easily be broken if you are in the middle of a performance situation or something like that. Hopefully that will not happen, but it is a good price. I believe this is around $300, and that's not nothing, but it's a reasonable price, and it seems to do a lot for what it does. It's got a compressor here, it's got the sound meter. There are various things, and one question I will bring up also, since we're visually comparing them, is here's a size comparison with my RC505 looper, one of my all-time favorite things. And I still wonder, in this day and age of increasing technology and miniaturization, why can't we get a 505 style looper in a smaller device size? Wouldn't that be great? And I wonder if with firmware updates, because yes, this thing is digital, it does have firmware that you can update, I guess, with the SD card or the USB-C on the edge. They have a nice they have a USB-C to USB 2 adapter here, our cable for you there. Here is the power adapter, standard stuff. So yes, it could be the center of your creative hub in a small home studio, but I would say for your actual home or bedroom studio, get a larger mixer and probably do your mixing on a desktop PC or Mac Mini with your DAW of choice, Ableton or Bitwig or Reaper or something like that. Audacity, why not? It's got a lot of musical features now, so, but you could use this as your mobile or home DAW sound card. Just connect it to your desktop machine or your laptop. But I really like the possibility of just recording to the card when you don't have your computer-based recording setup at hand. It's just convenient to be able to do that. Compare it to the slightly larger IRA series of Roland. Here's MC101 in its deck saver. I recommend those. Keep them safe. So here's another size comparison, just a little bit smaller than these. I'm going to use it on my TR6S. Here is Yamaha LIVETRAK. Just show you another brand by comparison. I'm also going to enjoy using it with Electron, obviously. and it will be great for electron syntact, which I have over there. It's like I said, for recording those analog signals with that extra subtlety. The 32-bit float will be good for that purpose. So here is the LIVETRAK, rectangular and similar in size to the electrons. Here it is, LIVETRAK, actually a little bit more narrow than the Zoom, but yes, they will all work together in terms of size. Your favorite small synthesizers. Right. Yeah, it's nice. So that brings up something I could say is, I guess this does not have a built-in speaker. And that is one thing they could have added, but it's like, I don't know, it would have been low quality anyway, and probably we portable recording enthusiasts are going to be carrying our headphones to monitor anyway. It's nice it has a headphone output, but then also has a separate set of master output jacks. That's good, and they are 1/4 inch. I like that. I got this so I can work on my various mobile rigs. Here's my other pair of glasses. In comparison, very small, very portable and useful device here. So yes, that will be a good master output for my mobile rig, and you will see I'm going to have another Manta Ray synthesizer rack. So that will be a good set of outputs for that. I will mention one thing which you might consider. Here is my special modified Volca sample from the Global DNB Collective. So we'll get these together for a nice jam and remix session with the vocal sample. But yeah, once again, compare them, small and comparable sized, so ready to travel and remix. Yes, I will mention that a lot of these small devices just have the 1/4 inch outputs on them now, either mono in terms of the Volca, a lot of them are mono, but then stereo in terms of a lot of the digital ones. So it is a bit surprising that they didn't have mini jack inputs on the front of this, considering that it goes with the small synthesizer range. But I guess you will just purchase a bunch of cables or adapters that will adapt your mini jacks coming from all of these small synthesizers. And I can tell you from experience, mini jacks do get broken on stage. So I wish a lot of the smaller synthesizers still did have these 1/4 inch outputs on them, just for the added durability and hold that this larger size of cable gives you. Now this does have MIDI in and out. That is interesting. I'm going to investigate. I invested in this nice mixer. Investigate what you can and can't do with it. I really hope that you'll be able to do MIDI sync with this thing, as we've done with the Tascam 12. Really liked that. A mixer with a MIDI sync output for your Grooveboxes, other devices, even laptops. Or Ableton Push, play along with that. I don't have Ableton Move here to compare this to yet, but yes, it's going to be a comparable size also to that. And I'll look into that pretty soon. Obviously, got to cover that. Yeah, it's a nice mixer. It looks small and light. It's a bit thicker and a bit heavier than you would expect, but that is okay. Probably that is a good sign in terms of the quality of components they are using here. I'll just mention, of course, I like sliders. Sliders, for mixing volume, over the years I've slowly come to the conclusion that the best way to mix volume is always with sliders. So I do wish that the LIVETRAK sliders on these groove boxes so useful. MC101, which I don't use that much, and but I do use the TR6S, which is an identical size to the MC101. So I'm going to have a new manta ray just for the TR6S that you'll see soon. So got the preview over there, but I'm not going to show it to you yet. But I'm going to probably use this as the mixer on that. Right, but I wish I had sliders right here, because sliders, the thing about sliders is that you have a tactile understanding of them immediately. Even if your eyes are not on the mixer, you know the values of your sliders based on the distance, the Y distance, as we would say. But with these, you have to look to know the value that you've set. And right, because these are endless encoders, they're digital. They're not, what is the opposite of endless encoders? They're not the ones that have a bottom and top. They don't have a middle click either. In this case, you're setting the EQ by pressing these buttons and then setting it. I guess that will work. It's nice, even though, like I said, I do also prefer dedicated EQ, just because that's so handy to adjust basically by instinct. When you hear the audio out of signal, you know immediately to do that. I guess in this case, you press the level button and then adjust the volume that way, and you can set your aux, high frequency, and mid, low. I guess this frequency button selects where is the mid between the high and low. That's a useful feature. And then you'll be able to do a little bit of a sound sweep there by selecting the frequency and moving it actively. So this is going to be a good mixer. I think this is part 1 of the video, unedited footage for your Thanksgiving enjoyment. And we're going to do a little jam session, as we usually do on this particular holiday season. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, support me on YouTube or Patreon. If you like, I'll help you choose the perfect creative tech for your home studio or other things. Ready for a spontaneous jam? And that is what we're going to do. And maybe I'll upload some of those for you to check out. But VJ Franz K signing out for today.